Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Kyle. This is Brad. Today we're digging in. So, what is the dirt, Brad?
What's the dirt? Well, here we go. Today, it's nitrogen management and utilization.
Nitrogen management.
Exciting topic,
That
right?
is.
Everyone's always thrilled to talk about that. Funny thing is, that's kind of like the number one topic most guys want to talk about is nitrogen management. So, as many of you know, we've studied a lot of things inside of our product line and nitrogen management. But the one thing, Kyle, I had the pleasure of using the old AI tools yesterday.
That's scary. You
Yeah,
can barely open your email.
technology is not my biggest strong suit, right?
All right, so what did the super wizard teach you?
Well, the old AI trick there. It's said that 20 to 40% of actual nitrogen that most operations use is lost.
I would completely buy that. I mean, when you think about it, we've got our essentially our three different mechanisms of loss. I mean, we've got our volatilization, so hot and dry, going up.
Gas is off, right?
Yeah, we've got denitrification, which is what I would argue here in our area would probably fight the most early season. So cool, wet soils, we just convert to gas, and
Leach off.
basically it's non-existent to usable form. And then we've got leaching, which is just a common problem of nitrogen itself just moving down through the soil profile below the rooting zone. So yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously creating denitrification and does weather have anything to do with that? I mean, we have perfectly wonderful days every day we put nitrogen on, right?
We're not listening to what I just said.
Oh,
Weather
okay.
has everything to do with it.
Oh, well, there you
Hot and
go.
dry,
There you
cool
go.
and wet.
See, I don't listen. That's the problem. Kyle talks, I don't listen. But yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. It's never perfect in anything we do. I mean, we're dealing with variable changes. And I often talk about, account for variable change, right? It's
Right.
always changing in ag. Our weather's constantly changing. So, what happens when we actually have too much rain? Do we actually, or, maybe not enough? Do we ever have to change or do we have backup plans?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have good intentions of changing or having backup plans. But unfortunately, more often than not, it just turns into kind of an emotional decision of if we do have a lot of rain early on, what are we going to do? Just going to go out there and put more on,
That always
or
works, right?
always. Or if we've gone through some stresses, coming up on side dress, prices aren't looking great, we think our crop's not looking great, what are we gonna do? Maybe pull back a little bit.
That in some instances that might be great. Most it may not.
Right.
So the question being is, you look at the under applying, the over applying. Obviously, those are kind of emotional snapshot decisions based on what we feel like the crop's doing. But really, if you look at some actionable fixes that could be happening during that time, a big thing is going to be humic acids. And a lot of people in the industry have been using stabilizers for years, right?
Right.
So, MBPTs, yeah,
Nitropions, all of those different things. And I mean, although they do work, they stabilize nitrogen in many different ways, whether it's against volatilization, denitrification. I mean, they all have their own pathways that they work, but they kind of go against everything that we talk about here at Cross Creek, and that is healthy soil, soil biology, soil health, ultimately just looking at a different way. And, all of those things are, for lack of a better term, going to nuke our bacteria.
mhm,
They're going to nuke all of our beneficial organisms that we've, are trying to foster in the soil with our different, in-furrow programs and everything that we do.
sure. I mean, you look at that, the nitrobacters in the soil, right? And they're killing them off or drugging them up or slowing
Right.
them down. That's the last thing we want to do. We want to provide excess carbon for them to be able to survive off of because that's the building blocks of their existence.
Right.
And so many of you guys are in the carbon program. Many of you guys that work with different things to sequester carbon and increase your residue, right? And organic material building carbon. You go out there and you put more in on what happens.
You're just burning it off. I mean, that is one of the main issues of, the issue that we're in today is just all of the nitrogen that we apply, especially when we're applying it well ahead of time and not stabilizing it, is it's just burning off all of that extra carbon. And in our case, we don't have much extra carbon around here.
No, no. That's where, I mean, you look at some of the guys that are no-till cover crop have built so much carbon. I mean, I'm not advocating that's right or wrong, but the carbon's there. And, you look at the utilization of it, obviously incorporated in the ground and getting to break down is a big deal. But what are some other things that are actual fixes? I mean, the actual fix is obviously using like products like Humica or Enhance that are high quality humic acids. That's one reason. The other thing is split application.
Right.
I mean, if we're split applying our N versus one application, we're highly encouraging everybody to look at that and do that, because putting on nitrogen, whether you're running urea free and working it in, having your 2x2 or 2x2x2 on the planter is a big deal. And on top of that, side dress and, kind of, I won't say spoon feeding because that's not the real term, but you're just split applying and widen your window.
Right. I mean, that's exactly it. Is we just talked about all of the different ways that we can lose nitrogen, all of it being driven by weather. So if we can pay attention to, what's happened in the previous days or what's forecasted to happen in the coming days, we can kind of play our cards right to, work around some of those weather event situations.
Yeah, but I always put 200 pounds of the acre on pre-plant and then hydrous. Always done it that way. It's easy.
It is easy, but it's not right.
It's valid. It's the I'm feeling comfortable with it, right?
Right.
And the feeling comfortable, and many guys are like, we've raised a good crop for years, so how can you argue that's wrong? And sometimes I won't say that it's wrong, because if that's what your goal is, but if we're looking for 300 plus bushel corn consistently and we have the right weather to do it, split applying that nitrogen and pulling the back the amount of N that we are using is going to be a big deal. I mean, Fred Belo said it best, right, in his data for University of Illinois. At V7, the plant starts picking up 21 pounds of N per acre per day and utilizing all the way through tassel time. So,
Yeah, and we can get into it at another time, but I mean, there's a number of things that we can do and that we do here to really make that nitrogen more efficient. Like I said, split applying a high quality humic acid is one way, but looking at your nitrogen sulfur ratio, looking at
that's a big
some
deal.
of your other micronutrients, getting all of those ratios balanced out. I mean, all of those things help to make our nitrogen more efficient. So, more to come on that, but
Yep.
there's multiple options that we can discuss and talk about with all of you guys.
Yeah. I think they've had enough of our dirt for today. So if you guys are interested in more information on your nitrogen timing, cycling, anything we can do to help you, get a hold of myself, Kyle, Sam. We'll show them what the dirt is and what our research is. And obviously there's some research Bex has done on nitrogen efficiency and timing. Obviously there's Illinois, Fred Belo's data. So get a hold of us. We'll get you in touch with the right people and the right things, and we'll help you guys help manage your nitrogen, but also use the product line that we know can help bring higher ROIs to you. So until next time, that's what the dirt is for today, Kyle.
See you guys.